The O.J. Simpson Bronco chase on June 17th was a pivotal moment in American media history, captivating an estimated 95 million viewers and becoming one of the most watched live television events of its time. Below is a detailed exploration of the chase's viewership, its context, and the under-discussed psychological impact on public perception. Context of the chase. On June 17, 1994, former NFL star and actor O.J. Simpson, a suspect in the murders of his ex-wife Nicole Brown. Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman led Los Angeles police on a low-speed chase in a white Ford Bronco driven by his friend Al A.C. Cowlings. The chase followed Simpson's failure to turn himself in to authorities who had issued a warrant for his arrest. The event unfolded on live television, with news helicopters broadcasting the surreal, slow pursuit across Southern California freeways. The chase occurred 5 days after the murders, at a time when Simpson was a household name, celebrated for his football career and charismatic public persona. The juxtaposition of his celebrity status with the gravity of the murder charges created an unprecedented media spectacle. Viewership statistics. Scale of viewership. An estimated 95 million people in the United States watched the chase live, according to Nielsen ratings. This figure rivaled or surpassed viewership for major televised events of the era, such as the 1994 Super Bowl White Event, which drew approximately 90 million viewers. The chase's audience was staggering for a non-scheduled, unfolding news event. Network coverage. Major networks, including NBC, ABC, CBS, and CNN, interrupted regular programming to broadcast the chase live. NBC famously cut away from Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the New York Knicks and Houston Rockets, underscoring the event's perceived importance. Global reach. While precise international viewership numbers are harder to pin down, the chase was broadcast globally, with networks in Europe, Asia, and elsewhere picking up the feed. The event's reach extended far beyond the U.S., cementing its status as a global media phenomenon. Spontaneity and duration. The chase lasted approximately 90 minutes, beginning around 6:45 p.m. PDT and ending when Simpson returned to his Brentwood home, where he surrendered to police. Its real-time, unpredictable nature kept viewers glued to their screens, unable to look away from the unfolding drama. Why the chase captivated audiences? Several factors contributed to the massive viewership and cultural significance of the Bronco chase. O.J. Simpson's celebrity status. Simpson was a beloved public figure, known for his Heisman Trophy-winning football career, acting roles in films like the Naked Gun series, and endorsements for brands like Hertz. His wholesome, all-American image made the idea of him as a fugitive shocking and compelling. The contrast between his public persona and the allegations against him created a cognitive dissonance that drew viewers in, eager to reconcile the hero they knew with the unfolding narrative. Media technology and live coverage. The early 1990s marked a turning point in live news broadcasting, with advancements in satellite technology and 24-hour news cycles, bolstered by networks like CNN. The chase was tailor-made for this era, offering a dramatic, real-time narrative that unfolded like a Hollywood thriller. Helicopter footage provided a cinematic quality, with sweeping shots of the white Bronco navigating freeways surrounded by police cars and onlookers. This visual spectacle was unprecedented for a news event. Cultural context. The chase occurred in a pre-social media era when live television was the primary medium for real-time shared experiences. Viewers had few alternative sources of information, making network broadcasts the central hub for following the story. The event tapped into broader societal tensions, including issues of race, celebrity privilege, and trust in law enforcement, which would become central themes in the subsequent trial. Public participation. As the Bronco traveled through Los Angeles, crowds gathered on overpasses and along freeways, some cheering Simpson on with signs reading, "Go OJ," or "Save the Juice." This public involvement, captured on live television, added to the surreal atmosphere and reinforced the sense of a collective national moment. Psychological impact on public perception. While the chase's viewership numbers are well documented, its psychological impact on the public is less frequently analyzed, but profoundly significant. The event shaped how people perceived Simpson, the criminal justice system, and the media itself, with lasting effects. The birth of a media spectacle. The chase transformed the O.J. Simpson case into a cultural phenomenon, setting the stage for the trial of the century. It blurred the lines between news and entertainment, as viewers were drawn into a narrative that felt like a scripted drama. Psychologically, this created a sense of voyeurism, with audiences becoming emotionally invested in the outcome. The chase wasn't just a news event. It was a shared experience that invited speculation, debate, and polarization. Polarization and division. The chase highlighted racial divides in public perception. For some, particularly in white communities, Simpson's flight suggested guilt, eroding his heroic image. For others, especially in black communities skeptical of the LAPD, following events like the Rodney King beating, the chase was seen as Simpson resisting an unjust system. These differing interpretations laid the groundwork for the polarized reactions to Simpson's trial and acquittal, with race becoming a central lens through which the case was viewed. Celebrity and accountability. The chase challenged the public's perception of celebrity privilege. Simpson's ability to evade immediate arrest, coupled with the spectacle of crowds cheering him on, raised questions about whether fame afforded him special treatment. Psychologically, this created a mix of fascination and unease, as viewers grappled with the idea that a beloved figure could be involved in such a serious crime. It forced a reckoning with the fallibility of public idols. Desensitization to violence. The chase, while non-violent, was tied to a gruesome double murder. Its theatrical nature risked desensitizing viewers to the tragedy of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman's deaths, shifting focus to the drama of Simpson's flight. This dynamic foreshadowed the trial's tendency to overshadow the victims, as media coverage prioritized sensationalism over mourning or justice. Trust in institutions. The chase exposed tensions between the public and law enforcement. The LAPD's cautious approach, e.g., not forcibly stopping the Bronco, led some to question their competence, while others saw it as deference to Simpson's status. For many black Americans, the chase reinforced distrust in the police, given the LAPD's history of racial bias. This context shaped how the chase and trial were interpreted, deepening societal divides. Collective trauma and catharsis. Watching the chase was a collective experience that evoked a range of emotions: shock, curiosity, fear, and even excitement. For some, it was a form of catharsis, allowing them to process the unsettling idea of a celebrity's downfall through a shared, real-time event. The chase also marked a moment of collective trauma, as it shattered the illusion of Simpson as an untarnished icon and forced the public to confront uncomfortable questions about justice, race, and fame. Long-term cultural impact. The Bronco chase's viewership and psychological effects had lasting repercussions. Media evolution. The chase solidified the 24-hour news cycle and paved the way for reality TV and sensationalized crime coverage. It demonstrated the public's appetite for real-time drama, influencing how future events, e.g., the Casey Anthony trial or the George Floyd protests, were covered. Trial as spectacle. The chase set the tone for the O.J. Simpson trial, which drew an average of 20 million viewers daily and a peak of 150 million for the verdict on October 3, 1995. The trial's coverage built on the chase's momentum, turning legal proceedings into a form of entertainment. Race and justice. The chase and trial amplified discussions about race in America, particularly regarding systemic bias in the criminal justice system. These conversations remain relevant today, as seen in debates over policing and high-profile trials. Simpson's legacy. The chase irrevocably altered Simpson's public image, transforming him from a beloved figure to a polarizing symbol of fame, guilt, and privilege. Even after his acquittal, the chase remained a defining moment in his story. Under-discussed psychological dimensions. The psychological impact of the chase is often overshadowed by the trial's legal drama, but it deserves more attention for several reasons. Normalization of spectacle. The chase normalized the consumption of real-life tragedy as entertainment, a trend that persists in modern media. This raises ethical questions about how audiences process and engage with serious events. Emotional manipulation. The chase's live, unscripted nature manipulated viewers' emotions, creating a sense of urgency and investment that blurred the line between observer and participant. Collective memory. For many Americans, the chase is a "where were you" moment, akin to major historical events like 9/11 or the Kennedy assassination. Its psychological imprint lies in how it united a diverse audience in a shared, surreal experience.